Hello, welcome to the 13th house. Come on in, take your shoes off, make yourselves at home, and let's get weird for a little bit. If you're new here, welcome to the weirdness. It's going to be exactly that. If you're returning, thank you so much for finding something here worth returning to. And welcome back. As always, your perception is your responsibility, okay? Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't make it fit if it doesn't. For my safety and protection, as well as yours, anything I say, do, what have you on this channel, as well as any of the content therein, it's for entertainment purposes only. If you know, you know. I gotta say it. Alright. Soldier and lawyer came out and being told to put it back, but they need to be mentioned. We have guardian of nations, loyalty, honor, integrity, selfless service. And then with lawyer, keeper of justice, law, cases, defense, and advisor. Okay, so whoever you are, it's natural for you to act selflessly, okay? And whatever watches over you, you can call it guardian angels, you know, divine counterpart, whatever. They are noticing that, you know, you need a little bit of defense because of your tendency to act selflessly, all right? And when that comes from a place like a place of integrity, like you're doing it because it's truly in alignment with your truth, who you are, okay? You're not going to be seen as someone that needs to change that about you because you're being authentic. You're living in your own truth. So the need for, you know, protection and defense is obviously going to need to emerge in your life, okay? So we'll see how that's going to come through, how that's going to reflect. Never a bad thing to have, you know, nice protector in your energy. And it could be something that comes through energetically, okay? A way for you to learn to deflect the urge to step in for someone else, or to learn to discern when, where, how to do that. Or it could be like literally something showing up in the physical, okay, that's going to help you with that. We have blacksmith, okay, forge, melting, shaping, tempering, okay. So that could have to do with, like, if you want to think of it as like spiritual armor, okay. That also goes into a sort of knightly energy, all right. Could be that tempering your boundaries, okay, forging your boundaries, okay, tailoring them. Might be time for a little adjustment with that, okay. You might be noticing more where your boundaries have worn thin a little bit, or you might need to readjust. You know, you've made a lot of spiritual growth recently, and so just like with clothes, you got to tailor it a little bit. We have clown, jester of laughter, comedy, mask, and performer, okay? So, that could also go in with this selfless energy, learning how to discern whether or not someone truly needs what you have to offer, or if they are just performing, okay, so they can harvest off of that energy, okay? You might be finding ways to utilize, like, the Heyoka tactics, okay? Learning to laugh at things, finding the comedy and the absurdity, okay? And part of this honing your armor, so to speak, is really going to help, so you're not having to mask the emotions that rise within you whenever you notice that someone's not, like, pouring equally into you. So if you're used to being, you know, acting selflessly, okay, we have genius, bearer of gifts, extraordinary intellect, innovative mind, exceptional ability. Alright, so if you notice the way that others always expect something of you, okay, and you tend to selflessly step in and provide what they need, and sometimes, like, they don't even have to ask, it's just a reflex. You notice a need, you're there to fill it. But then whenever it's you, like the shoe's on the other foot, and you need to be poured into, it's like nobody's there. All right? And the emotions that triggers, right? It's only natural to, it hurts, okay? And it also hurts to try to mask that energy, okay? And it does need an outlet, all right? And so with, mask being with clown, okay? Because it can often make you feel stupid. It can make you feel like you're the butt of a joke, like someone just doesn't take you seriously. All right, so we're going to see what comes out in regard to being able to have an outlet for that, not having to mask. And with genius, you bear an extraordinary gift, okay? Your mind is very well balanced with your emotions, okay? And it's like the inner alchemy that you've done has really gotten everything inside of you moving together, okay? Your heart, your soul, your spirit, your subconscious, your conscious mind, your intellect, your emotions, it's all kind of working together, and that's really powerful to help build that momentum moving forward. Like if you think of a train, okay, if you're only, like if you have all this shit, all this cargo that has to be carried, and you're only running off of one engine, it's going to be slow progression forward, okay? And every little bump, every little nick in the tracks, you're going to feel it really hard. But if you have multiple engines running together to help push all that forward, it's going to go so much faster. You're going to glide over the little divots and bumps along the way, okay? So that's good. And then on the bottom of the deck we have Diviner, seer of the unseen, foresight, insight, cosmic connection. That could be a part of this exceptional ability. One of the gifts that you carry, all right? And this could be something that is also taking shape right now, okay? You might find it hard to find a way to express that at this time. You might be looking for, that might be one of the outlets that can help you kind of get that energy out of you, like the pent up energy, okay? It can be a great way to focus somewhere for it to go while you're transmuting, because it's kind of hard to transmute energy if you don't really have a focused place for it to be going to, because when you're transmuting it, it's like creating a specific fuel for something, right? So if I'm wanting to manifest money, okay, and let's say that I'm wanting to transmute the energy of shame, okay, into energetic, or to invest in the energetic pool to attract wealth and money. All right. When I go to transmute that shame, I'll have to have a focus point to ensure that that energy is calibrated to attract money. Okay, and so too, you'll need a focus point to be able to make fuel from this energy that you otherwise were masking, okay? So, if you have a way of putting out the insight into the spiritual, okay, the way that you see what typically goes unseen, might want to give that a try, because it really can help. And it can be a way that really helps support you to bring you to a new level where you're not having to be around those who continuously just leech off of you all the time and don't pour back into you. Get them the hell out of your field, out of the way. Alright, so with blacksmith, we have creation of all things. Yep. This could also be things that you're already manifesting, being like looking out for your manifestations coming in. Spend a lot of time shaping and tempering, what's truly in alignment with you. You could have a very powerful imagination, okay? You can visualize really well. And so you have a very keen eye, attention to detail. And with clown, we have delay. All right, so it could be that this is hinting at you worried about, like, the way others are going to perceive you, if they're going to think, like, you're just a joke or that you're performing something. That whatever you have to offer is just a mask, okay? Because, like, I'll point something out here. It's like, just like with Diviner, right? Even on this card, the way it's depicted, to have a spiritual gift, an ability, anything like that. It's like there's this theatrical aspect to it, and it makes it campy. Just like on the card, it has the woman wearing the head thing, and she's got a crystal ball, and it's campy. Alright, and it makes things seem performative, you know, when you're really trying to be genuine. But it's a double-edged sword, right? Because you have a lot of people in the spiritual community that, like, if you don't do the same shit, you don't look a certain way, you don't have certain things or what have you, don't present it a certain way, that they just think that you're not tapped in, or it's really bizarre, really weird. But this is hinting at, you know, the way noticing stuff like that can kind of cause delays. We're going to see what else comes out with it. Alright, and with genius here, bearer of gifts, extraordinary intellect, innovative mind, exceptional ability. What do you want to tell us with that, please? Alright, there two came out here. Alright. So, being told this one goes here. This is spiritual wisdom. It goes with genius. And then reconciliation is going to go in the periphery. Okay, so that's something that's surrounding the focus points here. So this could be reconciliation, even just in the way you perceive yourself. Or a reconciliation in how energy is usually exchanged between you and others. Alright, there might be somebody that might notice that they haven't been pouring back into you properly, okay? We'll find out more. I don't want to assume anything, but yeah. Spiritual wisdom with genius, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Like, you have an exceptional ability. You hold spiritual wisdom, right? That's a powerful gift. But it is tricky on how to, because, like, if you hold this gift, it comes with an urge to share it, right? It's supposed to, okay? But it's in getting others to even hear it. And what's crazy is, like, you carry a gift like that, you'll notice that people are very quick to listen to, like some people call it, like, having their ears tickled, right? Like, the really run-of-the-mill kind of stuff. And here you are trying to offer something with real substance, and it's just like, oh no, none of that. And it's just, it can be frustrating. I get it. On the bottom of the deck, we have divine warriors, okay? There's a reason this is hard. The wisdom you carry is powerful, okay? And it can help deconstruct a false narrative. And hell, look at the world we're living in right now. You know what I mean? So, I mean, just because it's a little difficult doesn't make it impossible. We're going to see what else we're dealing with here in regard to this. It's interesting, though. The creation of all things with blacksmith, forging, melting, shaping, tempering. It could be that, you know, your soul, your essence, okay, remembers being present for the creation of all things, okay? It might resonate with somebody out there. And it might be where this, like, spiritual wisdom comes from. Maybe, you know, your soul's been around for a really fucking long time. Like, you've seen some shit, you've done some shit. Definitely isn't your first rodeo. And so, it makes perfect sense why your soul would come here at this time when everything is really chaotic and in flux, and things are reaching a tipping point, right? Because that spiritual wisdom you hold, all that experience over ages, like you've seen plenty of empires rise and fall. You were there to see the why, the how, you know, all of that. So that information can be really valuable. Okay, that's too many at once, but I am going to mention them. A depth diver came out. Okay, a deep diver, someone who has the capacity to navigate deep matters, deep emotions, and not be crushed under the pressure of that. We have ego and self-respecting. Okay, the ego and yourself respecting the show, the circus of life. Okay, humility, faith and trust, unity with ego. Ego works with or aligns with you, and that's like the circus lion tamer here. Okay, and it also resonates with you have like the tree of life, the emanations, like for Keter. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm probably not, but whatever. Anyway. Then we have know the fruit you hold and act accordingly. And this is like for divine poon. Okay, so you could be able to transmute a lot of energy using, you know, sexual energy, whatever. You have a divine poon or divine peen, whichever you're male or female. Alright, and then we have pulling the strings and handler. Okay, so there could be somebody, like I was saying, you know, those who harvest off of your energy sources. Like when you start to notice that you carry a divine gift like this, it's very powerful. And it's weird to say divine gift because this wisdom is gained from a time before there was the concept or notion of divinity itself. Okay, so you got to be careful who you let access certain parts of you, especially your creative center. Okay, with this creation of all things, and then like the blacksmith, like that's a very, very, very potent, powerful energy source. Okay, and if somebody's already exploiting you elsewhere, of course they're going to want to exploit that part. Okay, that's still too many at once. I'm not even going to mention it. Well, yes, I am. Fruit of your labor. Okay, somebody who's being combative, a bully. Yeah, that lines up because like they're not respecting what your mission, what you have to offer, what you do. They don't see you worth, you know, offering just even the same base level shit that you give them. That's fucked up. Anyways, c'est la vie. There's so many of them out there. And just so you know, though, even though people will attempt to harvest off of your energetic sources, like you have the authority. Once you become aware of that, so too can you become aware of energetic law. And if you have not consented, like if they do not specify, like with a declaration of intent that, oh, when I go to sleep with you, I am going to, you know, pull from... Anyway, you can block it out. They can't access it, so that way you don't have to worry so much about, like, oh, when I go to sleep with somebody, are they harvesting without me knowing? Like, you've been made aware of this now, so they're not going to be able to without your consent, and you'll be able to tell who's more likely to do it by the way that they treat you outside of those activities. If they pour back into you in the other endeavors, right? Like other things. Alright, I don't think this deck's wanting to offer anything with this, so I'm going to switch it to another one. It'd be like that sometimes. I just wanted to give a few honorable mentions, I reckon, which is okay. Alrighty, yep. Okay, so we have Capricorn. Following your own road, being cool and controlled, and being ambitious. Yeah, with the creation of all things. Alright, you have big dreams. You came here to do big things. Alright, but it's going to require you following your own road. You could be a Capricorn. Someone close to you could be a Capricorn. Take it as it fits. Alright. Somebody could be mocking your ambitions, telling you, like, that that's impossible, impractical, unrealistic. Alright, it's very important when it comes to shit like that. You don't have to argue with them, but make sure to reaffirm to yourself that, you know, those limitations that they speak on is, they only know the world based on their own perception. So it could very well be impossible for them, and that's all that they know. Fine. Doesn't make it impossible for you. Okay? What else do you want to tell us here about this? I hear little feet coming up the stairs. Won't be surprised if somebody comes and knocks on my door in a second. Clown jester, laughter. Oh, alright. I'll have to put more water in that. Oh, so like these delays are going to come to a stop. Stopping, coming to an end. Alright. Something might happen that's going to show people that, or whoever, that this isn't a joke. Like, it's, you're not wearing a mask. You're not performing this. Like, it's, you are what you are, and you are the truth of that. Like, it's, and the delays are gonna stop. Either by you just utilizing your awareness of certain things that, the tactics that people use to drain off of you, energetic exchange, okay? You know, awareness is very powerful. Awareness and perception are so fucking powerful, and it's important to learn about it. And that's exactly why so much isn't, like, they'll teach us all kinds of fake history and shit, but they're not going to teach you, you know, emotional intelligence or what it means to be able to perceive, to think, what your thoughts are, where they come from, shit, right? Of course. Because those are the things that truly matter. That's how shit that was once a thought even becomes matter to begin with. Anyway, we have with genius and spiritual wisdom, justice, honor, a righteous victory. Okay, so you continuing to stand in your truth, hold on to your ambitions, follow your own road, okay, is going to lead you to this victory, to you stepping into your purpose, okay? And like it said, like, innovative mind and your intellect. Alright, you will have the ability to, like, speak for yourself and be able to, it's just a matter, it takes a long time to get past damage that was done along the way. Like, you could have really had a lot of people putting down your dreams and shit when you would talk about them, or, like, being like, oh, that's stupid, and you know, and that hurts, especially when you're first getting started in life. It could have been something that happened a lot when you were a kid. But, you know, as you come to understand that, you know, everything you hold inside of you, it's for a reason, right? It's a part of you. And if it stays through all the bullshit, then you know it's meant to be used to build something, to build your destiny, okay? And then we have, with the reconciliation, war and envy with dark motives, okay? So it could be that somebody just had a misunderstanding of your motives, okay? Maybe they didn't understand why you do something. Maybe they have a different belief system than you, and they were mistaking it as something, whatever. It could be that you becoming aware of things, like further embodying your truth. Although they might have these dark motives and stuff, it's pushing them to want to reconcile with you because they're aware of the fact that they're not going to be able to overpower you. They may have had an agenda, whatever, but they're coming into the realization, like, fuck, it's not going to work. They're going to have to give it up. Right. A few is this here? A little more about the Capricorn energy here with creation of all things and blacksmith. It's being forged, shaped, tempered in regard to this creation aspect. You could expand on that, please. Okay, we have Taurus. Ah, haha. It's interesting that both of these from the zodiac have horns. Okay, it's just something interesting. But being strong, being reliable, cherishing relationships, and learning from mistakes. Okay, learning from mistakes, of course, always. You know, hones your ability, hones your perception in a way that's very strong. You turn knowledge becomes wisdom. It's not just sitting on a bunch of facts and everything that, you know, applies strictly to this or that. It's wisdom that branches out into everything. And with the horns on the head here, you know, a bull is known for, like, pushing forward. If there's any blocks or delays, like, you're going to clear that shit out. And you can think of it as, like, your intellect being something not just powerful, but something that can pierce through obstacles. Like with Capricorn, you know, like usually like a goat's horns, they go back, right? So that's used for headbutting, for pushing things away. But with a bull, they aim forward. So it's like, if you're gonna get in my way, you were definitely gonna get fucked up in the process. Not only am I gonna push you out of the way, but I'm gonna fuck you up, kind of thing. All right. I mean, the clown here, expand on that a little more, please. Damn it, come on. There we go. My cards were wanting to, like, have a little moment. I don't know. Damn it. Moving on. What else do you want us to know regarding clown, delays, and stopping, coming to an end, delays, stopping? What is it about the clown energy here? The laughter, comedy, mask, performer. It was causing delays that is now stopping. Pertaining specifically to that clown energy. Where somebody getting laughed at, made fun of. Okay, we have observe the storm. Interesting, because like performer here, it's almost like other people were seeing it as you were trying to make yourself seem above everyone else. Like you're just like, they were perceiving it as a holier than thou type of energy when it really wasn't. Like you weren't trying to be that way at all. But usually the way that people perceive things, of course, is a reflection of their own wounds, right? So maybe they had people in their life that when they taught them things or they presented them with information, they were really cruel about it and they made them feel stupid. You know, if they didn't understand something or maybe needed something repeated, what have you. Others would call them stupid. And that could be too with, you can help these individuals that will benefit from the wisdom you hold be able to forge and stuff their armor, okay? Because you know what it's like to make the mistakes. Because, you know, of course, you know. You've been through the shit, alright? And, so you know what it's also like to be made to feel stupid for perhaps not knowing something different. And you can present the information and everything to others in a way that's not going to make them feel less than. Alright, like, it's just in ensuring that others know, like, what I'm offering you isn't because I'm above you. It's not because I'm any better than you. It's because, like, I've fucked up in such a plethora of ways so many times. I just so happen to, you know, have navigated these variables and, you know, I can kind of help you out. And it will also help these individuals, as they gain wisdom and stuff, to be able to see the gifts that they hold too. And, you know, help empower them to be able to utilize their gifts in ways that can also branch out and help others. Like it has a ripple effect, you know. What about with genius here? Spiritual wisdom, justice, honor, righteous victory. That's too many at once. Man, that's a lot. It's like 6 cards. We have like the blue jay, a quick message, tea time, so like some kind of gossip, some type of rumor, whatever, some type of information that was trying to be hidden. From a shadow aspect, a spiritual guardian, and like, okay, so and it could be your higher self or a divine masculine. Ooh. So the way that you get your, like when you channel and stuff, it could be your divine masculine or your divine feminine, your spiritual counterpart, soulmate, what have you. That is kind of like having your back with like keeping record of everything and whispering to your soul of what wisdom you learned to be able to apply to any current situation or any issues someone else might be having. That's actually really cool. Alright, then we have the Creatrix card, okay? With the spiritual wisdom, here with this victory, it seems like, yeah, you're... part of your justice is going to be like your creations, okay? All this has been for a reason. It's not that you've been... These delays didn't stop anything. It actually helped you because now you're coming into this because you've gained all this. Now you have all the tools. You have more than just the tools. You know how to use them, right? You have all of this, but you need the workspace, the material, right? And this is what you're going to be offered. So you can utilize everything and you can build exactly what it is that you had been envisioning and what you came here to fucking do. That's amazing. It's like an artist, like, they can have all the knowledge, know-how, skill in the world, and if they don't have access to a piece of paper, a pen, a pencil, an eraser, or if a sculptor doesn't have access to clay, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's more than just having just the materials or having just the tools. It's bringing it all together, okay, that brings it into form, right? With the War and Envy and Dark Motives, 4 came out. Of course, I'll mention them, but I'm going to put them back. Alright. A signature, our story, hint. Signing something, putting it in writing, okay? So it could be something pertinent to your story, your mythos, okay? How you got this inner wisdom, where it came from, sharing that, maybe writing a book about it, okay? And then, or like the soul contract, right? Like that fulfillment, and this Creatrix card being here, like finally stepping into that purpose, okay? Then we have Manipura, the 3rd chakra, the navel. It's located just behind your belly button. It's associated with fire, inner warmth. The color is yellow. Place of gems is what that Manipura means in Sanskrit, okay? Helps transform desires into rewards, just like, okay, we were talking about here. And the universal law to which it applies is the right to act. Alright, deprivation of this is when we allow society to stop us from acting. Like we were talking about with worrying about how you're going to be perceived, okay? Acting and doing things, leaving your mark on this world are necessary parts of life, right? And I think it's interesting too with that, because here on this, she has like right here in her belly, if you notice, there's fire there, and it's like this little person almost. Anyways, it's her creation, right? And it's burning, like it was saying, the space just behind the navel, the place of gems. And if you think about like a dragon and their ability to breathe fire, it's bringing that fire up, through, and out, right? And you can even put that into the power with words and how wisdom is carried forth, and it's like breathing fire. And of course, you can even bring that back here with blacksmith. How he's using the flame to soften the metal, to be able to bend it, to hone it, to shape it, okay? Like, that's some cool shit. Anyways. Then protection, bodyguard. Alright, we talked about that with the divine being present, and they're trying to send you some type of messages. Messages and signs and symbols from the ether. Bolo, be on the lookout. Okay? Let's just get one, but this one or two. Oh, the letter X was hiding out in there somewhere. X marks the spot. The number 10 or the number 1. Okay? 10 is potential and creation, okay, working together. Ten is completion. Also. Alright, come on. Because, like, X is the Roman numeral for 10, anyways. Went on a little side quest there without much context. Alrighty. Double life, runaway projections, difficulty facing one's self, running away from accountability. Okay, so I'm taking that as this reconciliation part here. Okay, it could be that distorted aspect of self. All right, that would run away from the fear of, you know, how they would be perceived. Okay, it's like integrating this this part of you, because you're starting to understand that it was only doing that in an attempt to protect you. It wasn't because it was intentionally trying to stop you from doing anything. But it, you know, as you start to gain more wisdom, you start to understand, like, it's my job to let myself know, like, gently guide myself in understanding why I'm feeling what I'm feeling, okay? And in doing that, you start to understand how what others would call, like, low vibrational energy within ourselves, why it's in that state, okay? And so when you notice you're being insecure or something, and you're getting the urge to pull away from something you love out of fear, in that moment, you have the power to step forth and say, like, I appreciate that you're wanting to protect me from this. You want to protect me from possibly, you know, being embarrassed, what have you, but this is something I'm passionate about, and I need your help moving forward. Like, I need you to help me move past the fear rather than trying to shield me from it, because in doing that, you're shielding me from the possible experience, okay? And it really helps every aspect of you continue to work in the same direction, okay, if that makes sense. And it could also be applicable to the to others that were you know, putting you in this energy before of, like, having actually made fun of you and, you know, really ingrained this insecurity to begin with, as well as those who do it in a more subtle way even still, just because the way they don't pour into you in the same way, and they don't respect the time that you're trying to devote into doing what you love to do, right? So it's like them seeing that, you know, you have a reason for doing what you do, and it's not just, anyway, whatever. For what and motives, damn it, my cards are being retarded at the moment. Okay, for, there we go. Yep, we got the third chakra. Okay, it came out again. The navel, right? This place here in the creatrix's belly, the place of gems. All right. So, reconciling the that universal law, that existential law, having been violated. Again, that right to act. Okay. These energies that exist within you, even around you. All right, but for now we're going to talk about in you. Everything starts within you anyway. being at war with parts of yourself, with it being just like a big misunderstanding. You think that something's acting out of like ill will or something, and it's really just because we have here, like it even says like ego, right? Your ego isn't your enemy. It's there to protect you. And you can even talk about, like with this mask here with the clown, okay, the performer, the one who, what you cloak yourself in to represent what you are inside, okay? And a lot of individuals assume that that's something evil and awful and bad. No, it's there to protect you. It's your armor. This blacksmith, like it's there for you to dwell with, to experience the all things that are created with this creation of all things. It's so you can dive in and immerse yourself to experience all that dwells within you, so you can surround yourself with proper reflections of that and interact with it, right? And this notion that, you know, it needs to be killed or destroyed, it's like, that's really contrary to the end goal now, isn't it? All right? And the violation of the right to act, it wasn't intentionally trying to get in your way. It was trying to protect you. And you not fulfilling, because you didn't know, possibly, your role in raising up those energies within yourself was also inhibiting the right to act on its part too, the right to fulfill its purpose with you, is to protect you, okay? And you have to let it know, like, hey, I understand you're trying to, you know, make sure that I'm spared the embarrassment because when I was a kid it fucked with me really bad, blah, blah, blah. It's like, but we're not there anymore. We need to focus on moving forward, and I can't do that if you're scaring me. Okay? It's communicating with yourself. That whole process of ascension, that's what a lot of shadow work is, and it requires like some really brutal honesty sometimes with yourself, but it's as long as it's done from a place of love. It's not always easy to look at, you know, the parts of ourselves that we've put off to the side, but it's necessary, right? That pain can serve a purpose. You just gotta, like I said, when it comes to manifesting and having a focus point and outlet for that energy, like, you can take every bit of what you felt that was hard to face, and see it more so as fuel moving forward, instead of things that you have to let continue hurting you or making you feel shame, embarrassment, whatever from the past, because you're not there anymore anyway. Exactly. The light running, new home, right? This is bringing you to a new state of being, a new estate. All right, and your ego, like I said, is your representative, okay? It is the logos. It will reflect, inform what you are in essence, right? And, you know, your body is the home of all of it. And it's not like you'll get a new body, but it's like embodying, the way you are embodying it is going to be like, it's going to be great. Anyways, because part of this, this step in alchemy, because this creatrix here, this is what happens with the process of self-actualization, is the philosopher's stone, and so therefore you too can customize, like you can legitimately change things about your body, its expressions, its features, what have you, because you're not being puppeted by anything anymore. You're not having to be confined to a specific blueprint. Like, you are now free to be what you are and embody it, express it, because you've done the work and you can be trusted with something like that. Anyways, hope I'm making sense. Whoever it's for is gonna, you'll understand. Okay, we have J, S, and D. All right, healer, heal hearts, strength of heart. Okay. Home is where the heart is. All right. And so this is interesting because this, on this card, they're doing the same thing this blacksmith is doing, but it's with hearts. Okay. And this other angel there, she's bringing all these hearts, right, to this other little angel here who's tempering, shaping them. All right. It seems like you have a way of doing that without breaking them. You don't have to break the heart in order to reshape it. You don't have to hurt it. Ooh, and with the woodpecker there on the card, that's symbolic too of new opportunities. Woodpeckers are often messengers and scavengers as well. They're very good at paying attention to that which typically doesn't go seen or heard. And that could be like with this little girl here. And I covered this in one of my past readings too, like the abandoned shadows, the abandoned aspects of individuals, what they have abandoned. You come in and you pick it up and you give it a new home because you can transmute it. You have the capacity to do that without subjecting yourself to the negative traits or the lower vibrational habits, what have you, that those energies held from their original host. That's crazy. I just got this song, Bangarang, like the Skrillex version. Like, anyway, you might want to listen to that, maybe watch the video. It could help cover some of what this message holds. I'm going to wrap it up here in a minute. Don't want to be taking too long with this one. Although I could go on about this for days. I love this. This is reflecting a lot of my own, like what my goals are. And anyway. Anything else from this deck that you want me to share before I wrap it up and go? Alright. So we'll go to the Kipper and see what that is going to do here. Okay. High honor, poverty, concern, expectation, and then on the bottom of the deck is main male. Okay, so this is pertinent to the balance between masculine and feminine polarities, as well as how that reflects in the external with the male and female bodies and interactions, what have you. Okay, you have this high honor, what do you call it? What's the word? Your essence, who you are, your identity is held within your body, within you. All right, and like I was saying, like what is an artist without, or like what is a sculptor without their clay? What is an illustrator without a pen, a pencil, things like that. In regard to poverty, is like you have had individuals who have maneuvered things around you to try to keep that from you by keeping you in lack. Okay, this concern here is like source, the universe, whatever, like the concerns regarding the expectations, and like with main male on the bottom of the deck, and you can even expand it beyond just the masculine energy, is like the universe and the law that it holds. Okay, it's concerned about the expectations placed upon you by others. Okay, getting in the way of you fulfilling your purpose, right? You spend so much time bringing everybody else's shit together and everything, and you have something that you're meant to bring forth for you. Like, it's your purpose, and yes, it will benefit others, but that's not the reason. Like, this is for you. There's something about you that through lifetimes there's been this selfless giving, this, and it's almost like self-sacrificial, and it's like your soul needs and deserves, and in order for things to be balanced, is for you to receive, for you to step into this, for you to get the opportunity to bring it forward. And it's just like the universe recognizing like something's got to give, and this has got to, like, it's going to be fixed, it's going to be reconciled. Okay, yeah. Beneath main male we had false person, message, despair, journey, privileged lady. Yep. See, it's a great fortune was withheld from you, and we'll get into the details of that in another reading. That's for another day. But that comes out quite often. Okay, your inheritance, so to speak. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. I think it's a good stopping point. I know there was a lot in it, a lot to unpack, but for whoever it's meant for, you'll understand, and I really hope it helps. Okay. Until next time, bye.